Okay, you out there in YouTube land, I want to do a tool review for you. I'm not sponsored by any tool makers. I know some people have some channels appear to have deals with certain tool makers. I don't. Matter of fact, I don't even get anything from YouTube for making videos at this point, so I'm not paid by anybody. Unlike people that have channels with more subscribers and more views, they tend to get checks from the advertisers. I don't. And I have no affiliation with Irwin. I just buy some of their tools. And I bought this at the local Rural King. And that's a chain that's in like 6 or 7, maybe 8 states now. I don't know. They've only been here since about 2012 here in Heber Heights. And I was thankful they bought the old Kmart building, or they leased it and opened a store there after Kmart closed down and left a vacancy in the shopping center. Anyways, these are bolt grip sockets. You pound them over strip nuts and bolts. They got teeth here on this side, and on this side you got a wrench flat on the outside, or they go on a 3/8 drive ratchet in the center all the way down to the smallest size. And it says here, made in USA of global components. That means they're not 100% sure where the steel in each batch came from. Because if they're made in USA of global components, that means they're taking the steel, they're forging it here in the United States. They have to do X amount of manufacturing process to claim it made in USA by law. So these were completely done here. Anyways, the small size says 5/16 and 8mm. Next it says 10. Next is 13. Next one up says 11/16, which that is about an 18 if you do a rough conversion. 3/4 and 19mm. And I've used a few of these. I've used them a few times, including here recently to help a neighbor out. I've actually used this one when I did the fuel pump in my Ford Explorer. One of the old bolts on the sending unit rounded off. It's like the one flat just completely folded in on an 8mm headed bolt, or 5/16 headed bolt. It's a 96, so it'd be an 8mm. And it just, from rust, because the truck came from Connecticut first, then New Jersey, so there's rust places that you wouldn't see on a normal Ohio vehicle. Anyways, I think that's the first time I used this, and I used it with a brass hammer. You actually hammer on the back side of these on that surface. You wouldn't think you'd want to. This is the one we used on the Cavalier to get the bolts that hold the wheel bearing hub to the spindle out, because they were stripped. Somebody had used a junk T50 in there and with an impact and had stripped them out. A virgin OTC T50 was just taking the internal out. So we tried a few things, couldn't get them out, and so we did these here. And you actually, and this has got mushrooming now because we had to beat on it at an angle a little bit. I know it's not good for your tools, but these are made to be beat on. You beat these over so the teeth grab. And then, yeah, see this one here, it's got damage from doing that. I'm not sure how many times these are meant to be used, but it's not an expensive set. I think I paid 20 bucks for the 5 sockets. Now I've seen a different set, and they show a picture here of a case, with different things. And this is an older set. I've had it for a few years. I think I bought this in 2013 or 2014. So these here are a lifesaver. If you've got something stuck and messed up, man, these things will save you. Like I said, on that Cavalier, if the hub that has the lug studs in it would not have separated, we probably couldn't got that in to get on those round bolts. Now there's scarring on the side here from where it went, and we had it literally wedged between the wall of the hub and the bolt. But this puppy did the job, and we have to take sometimes a punch down through there and put it in your vise and knock the bolts out, because I mean it really cuts in there good. And the exterior of those bolt heads, because they're Torx bolts, were completely round, and that gripped on there. That saved him from having to have the car towed to a repair shop to be fixed. And I just put these things back in their little case here. It'd be nice to have a hard plastic case that they're made to go in. It'd be nice to have a larger set of them. And at some point I'm going to address that one that's mushroomed with a file, I think, because I'd like to be able, if I ever need to put a socket right over it and use it without having to go to a socket that's going to be loosey-goosey on there. You want a nice snug fit when you're doing stuff like that. Elsewise, you'll just round off more stuff and then really be up a creek. But anyways, when I've used these things, it's been like the nuclear option, and they have saved my bacon a few times. They've helped my neighbor out. Yeah, these are worth buying and putting them in your toolbox, even if you only use them once or twice. The amount of situations these can get you out of, it's worth the investment, even if you only use them once or twice. That's all for now. Later, YouTube land.